Good afternoon, everyone. Tanner Flowers here coming to you. I have been on the phone more this afternoon than I have been in years. I mean, it's felt like the old days, and to be quite honest, I've enjoyed it. And the most recent conversation that I just finished up, I had a guy tell me, now I don't really know this guy. It's just a guy that I've met via TikTok live in the mornings. But I've been enjoying the conversations with this fella. And me and him been going back and forth about this idea here for on and off for probably a couple weeks. I don't believe the guy's ever taken the time to sit down and actually review the information. And he texted me something a minute ago, He texted me something along the lines of, "Oh, I'm sorry, Tanner. I misunderstood. I thought you'd been talking about me marketing for your company. And I don't like travel much myself." He said, "I'm just a good old country boy from the South." And he's being nice and as honest as he could be about it. And I simply replied back, "No problem," with a thumbs up. And I was sitting there on the couch and I was like, he don't get it. You know, a lot of people don't get it. And I thought, damn, Tanner, sell the guy. Call him and convince him. And I was like, no, Tanner, don't. But I did text him back. And I said, hey, I don't even want to say anything to you right now because I don't want you to take it as if I'm trying to sell you into something. But I can tell by your reply, you do not understand what is at stake here. Nor does a whole lot of you. So before I even get into briefly explaining to you the power of the system that will be availed unto you should you choose to participate with me, I want to stress to you the importance that I had not fully comprehended myself up until this afternoon whenever Jeff and I were having one of our conversations. And that is the opportunities that can stem from opportunities like this. Most people don't even take that into consideration. What does that mean, Tanner? What are you talking about, Tanner? What do I mean? Back in February of 2012, whenever I first locked arms with an opportunity like this, I was introduced to a lot of high-performance individuals. More high-performing individuals than I have ever had the luxury of being around. Now, I formed friendships with several of those people whom I am still friends with today more than 11 years later. And I got to doing some math. And do you know that in the past 11 plus years, income not stemming from the opportunity itself. So I'm going to say that one more time. Income made not stemming from the opportunity where I made these relationships at. From just 3 of those relationships, I have profited more than $300,000. I'm going to say that one more time. So maybe that might catch some senses with some of you. I have made more than $300,000 profit in the past 11 plus years alone from relationships built within opportunities like this that are coming back and paying me today that have absolutely nothing to do with this opportunity. Does that make sense to anyone? Okay, so that is just a small dose of the power that stems from opportunities such as this. Now, another thing that this does. The average wage working person knows nothing about passive residual income. You start talking about passive residual income, they're going to be like, oh yeah, but they yeah about nothing. They don't know what you're talking about. And I'm talking about your average wage working person. How do I know that? Because that's all that I ever was. Yours truly. I was just a damn hourly wage worker. And man, I used to sit there and get caught up and thought all the time thinking, man, I wish there was a way that I could make more money than I'm making at my job. You know what job stands for, don't you? Just over broke. And every job that I ever had, that's exactly where it kept me, just over broke. And I would think, man, how can I make some more money? And the only way that I could ever come up with making more money was to do what? Work more hours. Trade more time for dollars, which is what most of us know. I mean, dude, if you have knowledge and behold knowledge beyond that, congratulations to you, because you're one of the few. You know, not everyone knows this stuff. So how can you start building your own passive residual income? Well, that's easy. You can get started in real estate like me and my buddy Colby Keller here that I see watching right now. Good afternoon, Colby. You know, you can start buying you some rental properties. You can do like me and my buddy Tom. You can start buying land, acreage. You can get soil scientists and surveyors and start meeting with your city board and seeing what they'll allow you to build and what they won't allow you to build and what you can cut this up into and how many people you can get these things pre-sold to and how many of these lots you planning on keeping yourself, how many of these things you planning on building to hold in your long-term holding portfolio, how many of these things you want to be able to flip right now for instant profit. You see what I'm saying? There's all kinds of ways you can go down this road, but you want to know how my brain got exposed to this? With opportunities like this right here. Do a lot of you have the 20% down payment that it takes to get started in real estate investing? Because unless you haven't used your first home buyers yet, and you got access to a 3.5% down payment to get into your investment property, then you're going to be like me, and you're going to have to pay anywhere from 20 to 25% down for whatever that investment property is. So let's just use the 20% number. So if you find you an investment property today, tomorrow, whatever, for $200,000, most lending institutions are going to want to see a minimum of $40,000 down payment out of your pocket. Okay? Then, if you got $40,000 down to pay, now you assume all that responsibility. You take over that loan and get all that. Get you a renter in there. Deal with the headaches of doing all the repairs. Deal with the headaches of managing, keeping up with rent. Who's paying? Who's not paying? It just keeps going. You can go down that road. Or you can get started with an opportunity like this. Well, how much can you get started with an opportunity like this for? $150. Wait a minute, Tanner. You just said, I know what I just said. I'm the one saying it, Anna. Tanner, you just said a $200,000 property that could help me build or get started in building my own residual passive income stream. You're saying I could do something like that for $150? That's what I just said. You want me to say it one more time to you, to anybody listening? That's what you people don't understand. Not all of you, but a lot of you. You don't understand that. Okay? So, a lot of us will go spend that $40,000 that I just talked about in order to buy a single family home that we may rent out for, say, $1,500 to $1,700 a month. And we may be lucky to clear $400 to $500 positive monthly cash flow by the time our mortgage is paid, by the time our taxes are paid, by the time our insurance are paid, by the time property management's paid, by the time you take into account for any maintenance costs that you may have accrued that month. You get what I'm saying? You might make $500 if you're lucky. Okay, how quick can you build a passive income up to $500 doing an opportunity like this? Faster than anything you can imagine. For how much money again? $150 plus tax. Okay? How can you do that? Let me show you a little thing called a two-team system. Now, I may lose a few of you here, and if so, I apologize, but I'm going to try to keep this simple for you, all right? Because this opportunity right here, we operating on a two-team system. So, team one is your left team. We're going to put that over here on the left side of the paper. I know I'm filming in selfie mode, so it's going to be mirrored to you, but we're going to put left over there. We're going to put right over here on the right side. See there? Left and right. That'll be our 1, 2. You with me? Two-team system. Now we're going to put you right up here in the middle. Because if you get started, all of us begin just like this right here. And guess what? How many teams do you have to build? You have 2 to build, okay? Now, let's say I just put you in here in my next available spot right here, which is on my right team, okay? Well, let's just say I've already got you right up here. So let's just say this is me. Let's say you put me in right here. I want you to stay with me here. So you just got started into this business. You have 2 teams, a left team and a right team, and you just put Tanner Flowers right here at your top right spot, right here. You with me? Here's me. Now, whenever I get to building this system or this business, as in accordance to this compensation system right here, how many teams do I then have? You guessed it. I've got 2. A left team and a right team. Now, whenever you are building your teams, you always build to the outside. Meaning, the next person you put in, you share it with your friend Casey. They want to place membership. You put Casey right there under Tanner. See what I'm saying? Now, did Tanner put Casey in? No. You did. See what I'm saying? Casey came from you. Now, let's say Casey was the type of person that say, like Tanner, the real Tanner here. Let's say Casey had been waiting for someone to give them a chance to make some money. Okay, hear me out. And they've been waiting on somebody to give them a chance to make some money so they can prove themselves. And they hadn't had nobody give them that chance yet. And right now Casey is looking at this opportunity right here as his chance to make some money. And guess what Casey does? Casey comes in here and gets excited. And he starts sharing this deal with lots of his buddies. And next thing you know, he's put 4 more people into the business right here. Now, keep in mind, who'd you put into this business? In this example, you put Tanner and Casey. But Casey just put 4 more people into this business. Now, how many people are now inside your business? Well, let's look right here, just this quick example where I've gotten to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? You staying with me? It's going to be real hard right here. How many did you put in again? 1, 2. But how many are in your business? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Do you see how your business grew to 6 people now? Do you see how you have now leveraged the efforts of other people? In this example, the other person was Casey, because old Tanner ain't got off his ass yet. Tanner ain't put nobody in. But let me tell you what happens now. As you put Casey into this business, you sent Tanner a text message and you said, "Hey Tanner, congratulations on the growth of your business." No, Tanner's like, "What are you talking about? Growth of my business? I ain't put nobody in this business." And you say, "Hey Tanner, check your binary, buddy." And old Tanner gets over here on his computer and I'm like, "What I do? What do I do to check my binary? Do I just log into this back office here?" And you're like, "That's right. Go there and click on my business, Tanner." I'm like, "Okay. Okay, now click on my binary tree. Now click on interactive binary tree." Now let me show y'all what happens in real life. Look here. Might be hard for you to see. But there's old Tanner right up there at the top, right? Let me get that back out. Now look, there's Tanner's 2 teams. You see that top left and that top right? Notice how I've just now started building my right side. I got a couple of my real good friends over there. Look at this left side at what's happening as I drag this upward. Do you see all of these people that are stemming down off of this outside line? Do you see how it works, folks? Do you understand how if you kick the domino, you then get paid for all of the dominoes that fall? Do you understand why you should be getting credit for those dominoes that fall because you kicked the first one? Do you understand that none of them dominoes right there would have ever fallen had I not kicked that domino? Is that making sense to any of you? Does your job give you a chance to round you up a handful of buddies there at your job so that y'all can lock arms and go work together towards a common goal and put more money in each of your family's pockets? I say it don't, does it? But guess what? That's exactly what we do here. So what does that mean? So let's go right up here. I'm going to draw it right here and use my people as an example. So right now, this side right here is already blowed out to 20 plus people, right? We're coming up on 30 on this team. Over here, I've just started putting in my friend Kathleen. Kathleen is a real friend of mine who she and I did business all the way back in 2012. And Kathleen is actually right there on my top spot. So there's Kathleen. Kathleen's been having a hard time here lately because her husband's not been in the best of health. And she has been having to be the caregiver. And on top of being the caregiver herself, she has now been sick herself. She just shared with me the other day. So Kathleen's been down for the count, okay? Now, while Kathleen's been down for the count and been spending most of her time being the caregiver that she should be for the love of her life, I have been out here putting a friend of mine, Ronson, inside Kathleen's business. So now Kathleen has my friend Ronson, who lives in Virginia, inside her business, okay? Guess what Ronson did today, folks? Today. Literally today. This is real stories. Ronson put his oldest son, right here, whose name I believe is Matt, right here, okay, under Kathleen. Now, I put Kathleen in. Did Kathleen put Ronson in? No. Did Kathleen put Matt in? No. Are Ronson and Matt both inside of Kathleen's business right now? Absolutely. Does Kathleen get credit on Ronson and Matt? Absolutely. Will Kathleen get credit whenever Ronson puts in his friend here in a few days from South Africa and we go international? And now this business that I've started up here is now an international business. Will Kathleen get all of those sales occurring in South Africa? Yes. Will, if my friend out west decides to participate, who is meeting with one of the top executives of the company. I don't want to go into much detail about that right now, but you will not believe what I've got worked on today, and I've got in the works. I don't want to speak much about it right now. Only one person on there knows, but you won't believe what old Tanner has got set up today. I can't even believe it myself. And if that right there takes off, oh my God, baby. So I'm just telling you guys. And out of these people that are going in here, guess what? They all got 2 teams. And guess what? If they want to build a residual passive income, they too have to build both teams. So as you are putting these people inside their business for them, and all of these people that get added, start adding more people into their business, and they start adding people into their business, just know that all of these people are going underneath these people. All of these people see this volume. All of these people benefit from this volume. And then you say, hey, Kathleen, you remember that residual income that starts at just 5 people on the left and 5 people on the right? You remember that? Well, you've already got 30 plus people under one side. You just got to get to work now and start building your opposite side, your other team. You see what I'm saying? By driving depth, it creates awareness into these people that are already inside your business, which will instill drive into most of them, which will make them want to begin earning this money that they're now already halfway to earning. Does that make sense for any of you? Do you see how much quicker your residual income can be built when you've got 30 plus people talking about this idea, as opposed to whenever it's just you in the beginning and it's only you talking about the idea? You see what I'm saying? 2 people plus you is 3. 3 people can talk about this whole idea faster than one person can. And look here, 7 or 8 people, then 20 people, then 30 people, and so on and so forth. They can talk about the idea a whole lot faster than you can by yourself. And do you know what that means? That's the whole point of this video. This is a way for you, boy or girl watching, man or woman watching, old or young watching, it don't matter. This is a chance for you to be able to create more income for you, your family, your friends, whoever's interested in doing so, by talking about something that all of us are already doing and wanting to do more of. And then I know all of us, we want to have better health. All of us want to look better in the mirror, and that is all our company is about. Looking better, feeling better, having more fun, and if you do so choose, you can make some more money, put inside your own pocket, and to help benefit your family and again your friends' families as well. I hope that explains things a little bit more to you. I hope you get a little bit more of an understanding about the power of leverage and how opportunities like this give normal people just like me and you the ability to leverage people just as people have been leveraging us our entire adult work lives. Do you understand that? This gives the common person a chance to do extraordinary things that will never be available to them at their job. Guys, I thank you for your time. If you have any further questions, do not hesitate to comment them in the comments below, and I will do my absolute best to answer your questions in a genuine, honest manner. And guys, let's get to building this thing, and I can't wait to talk to you then. We'll talk to you in the next one.